Hello everyone and welcome back to Becoming a Polyglot. It's been a while since I've done one of these sit down videos, and as it's almost July, I thought let's give you guys a little update on how I've been doing regarding my languages, my school, university, and what I will be doing this summer and the rest of this year. Alright, let's get started. Okay, first of all, I would like to start with Spanish. As you probably know, I've partaken in a Spanish language and culture minor here in Utrecht. And yeah, I started with this minor last February and now I'm officially done. This was such a great experience. We learned not only the language, Spanish, but also so much about Latin America, the culture, history, a lot of history lessons. And of course, I went on a trip. He estado en España durante 10 días, 3 días en Madrid y 7 días en Valencia. Fue un gran viaje y vi palmeras por mi primera vez. Fue mi primera vez en España también. Mi tienda favorita en España es el Aleo. He comprado gafas del sol ahí. Hay muchos bares en Valencia y Madrid también, por supuesto. Y yo comía tapas todos los días. Pero mi bebida favorita es el agua de Valencia. Es muy bien. Me gusta España. Creo que España es un país muy hermoso y espero volver a visitarlo. Vale. I have learned so much during this entire trip. It was the first time for me to be by myself. I went with a friend, but still I need to rely on myself, of course. And that was pretty terrifying, to be honest, but I really enjoyed it. To just go wherever I wanted, do whatever I wanted. I loved it. And I've never spoken to so many strangers as well. As it was my first time in Spain, I didn't know anything about the country, but also about the cities. I didn't know where to go. I mean, I knew some tourist attractions and of course you would want to visit it, but I've spoken with so many locals. I enjoyed it so much that I tried to have a conversation with everyone. People in Spain are generally so incredibly nice. I've got so many great recommendations on where to eat, where to go. So thank you everyone in Spain. I really enjoyed my trip to Madrid and Valencia. I even walked into a store. That was my favorite moment of the entire trip, and it has nothing to do with Spanish. But I walked into the store in Plaza de España in Madrid, and it was a Chinese bookstore. Of course, I would love to visit it. I bought a BTS poster. Okay, he had so many Chinese books. It was insane, amazing. I didn't really know, because he had so many other Asian books as well, so I didn't really know if the guy spoke Chinese, but there weren't any prices on the book, so I just walked to him and I said, 你说中文吗? And he didn't respond because he was also on the phone. He was doing a lot of stuff. And I said 多少钱? Because I wanted to know the price of the book. And he just responded and we had this amazing conversation in Chinese.
我学习韩语，但是我的韩语是不好。但是我爱中国和中国人。中国现在进不去。很好，谢谢。再见，再见。
It was one of the first times I actually spoke Chinese outside of my home and not on the internet with italki teachers or something like that. It was so cool. I loved it. So yeah, that was such a great experience and I wanted to mention it because I forgot to mention it in the vlogs. If you haven't seen my vlogs, please do so. I think that it's such a nice memory for me as well to look back upon. I've made 3 travel vlogs, 1 in Madrid and 2 in Valencia. So please do check them out and let me know what you think. So I have finished my Spanish minor on an A2 level of Spanish, so I'm really happy with that. And now I can finally move on to B1, but I have to say that I will put it on hold right now before I go to B1, as I have some really exciting trips to come this summer, so let me tell you about it. I'm going to get back to French, because this summer, around midst of July, I will go back to France. So we're going to Luxembourg first, and then we'll go to the northern part of France, Metz, Nancy, and perhaps we even visit Strasbourg, but we don't know yet for sure. So even when I was in Spain, I spoke so much French. Oh my god.
Español ahora, para mi minor, no lo sé en español. Está porque yo aquí yo hablo francés también. C'est muy difícil.
These languages are just intertwined in my mind. But at the end of my trip to Spain, my Spanish was better than my French. So that means for my trip to France, I have to revise my French again. So my goal is to finish this book. I bought this book in October last year when I was in Belgium at the Carrefour, a supermarket, big supermarket in Belgium. It's French for an A2 level. I don't know, I just have to get started. I have to get started and hope my mind will be like, oh yeah, we still remember that somewhere. I was stuck in between the A and the B level. Or it was either it was too easy or it was too difficult. I'm just going to work through this book, A2, and then hopefully when I'm in France I can buy the B1 book. That would be great. It is a thick book though. What I really like is that there's a lot of audio as well, even on YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify and Deezer. I mean, that's really great. Okay, so I want to move on to Chinese, Mandarin Chinese. I'm so excited about this. I got such an amazing tip from my language teacher at the Spanish minor. He taught the culture classes. He knew everything about Spanish history. He's fluent in Spanish. I think he lived in Mexico for a while. He was such a great teacher. So at the end of our course, I said to him, wow, how did you do that? Because he's a teacher, part-time, but he's also a journalist. He's also a translator. So many amazing things. How did you do that? And he gave me this really, really great tip. And that was, find a job, a side job, so relatively easy job to do, in your target language. He went to a Spanish film festival, if I believe correctly, and he learned Spanish whilst doing that job. And I thought to myself, wow, I've never really thought about that. That would indeed be really great. So I was thinking to myself, like, what could I be doing then? And there is this great Chinese restaurant in this city. And I thought, why not? So I just applied. And I'm actually now working at a Chinese restaurant a couple nights a week. Of course, I still teach English, but I really need to also do something that has nothing to do with school, because I go to school, I work at a school. It's just a lot of school environment. Just to do something other than that is great. So I'm now working at a Chinese restaurant and they actually speak Chinese the entire time. Oh, but they were so excited that I surpassed HSK 1 and 2, even though they didn't really know what that entails. But I understand this tiny little bit of Chinese that they speak to one another. I'm learning Chinese whilst working. And I even get to bring home some food. Isn't that just amazing? What a win-win situation. By all means, of course, this is not an easy job, as working in a restaurant is of course just as important as anything else. But by easy, my teacher and now I mean like it's a side job. Please do not work at like an office, lawyer office in your target language. That will be way too difficult as a beginner language learner. That's what I mean with easy. So not to downgrade anyone. If you were looking closely at your screen and were wondering what is in my mouth, I have braces from here to here and I have it for only 2 weeks, so it's fine. But it really hurts, by the way, but I have it because I've got a gap between my teeth, so therefore. But alright, okay, back to the video. Okay, so my camera died, so no, I'm filming from this point of view because it's charging right now. But hey, now you see my room from a different angle. Isn't that nice for once? Got this little thing going on over here, a lot of candles, my plants, my TV. Alright, but I was talking about Mandarin Chinese. Like I said, I work in a restaurant now. But my goal for this year is to partake in HSKK1 speaking exam. Last week I went online to see whether you can already apply for the exams. The locations are yet to be announced, and even though Holland is really small, I really don't like traveling 1.5 hours by train to go to an exam. So I'll just wait until everything is announced and then I will apply for this year for the HSKK1. So there will be a video coming up on my channel of me practicing for this exam. I will take you along with me just as my HSK1 journey, because if there is one thing online that I really cannot find, then it's HSKK or HSK related content. If I do find someone, it's mostly HSK 5 or 6 and then tips on how to surpass that exam in with the headline is in 4 months, in 5 months, or I surpassed it in one go without studying. Yeah, you know, I'm really glad that you passed, but I'm just at the really lower level still and I need some help. Because these HSKK exams are no joke. I think they're way more difficult than anyone thinks they are. So I really need help speaking. I've been looking through a lot of apps to help me with my speaking, YouTube channels, Instagram, Facebook communities. But I will share all of that in my upcoming videos. In regards of fun ways of learning a language, I have been looking for those. No, but honestly, I really want to take my Korean seriously. There has been a couple of videos here and there of me learning Korean, and that's great. But I've been so involved with Spanish and Chinese that my Korean was like yeah, there. However, I was super happy to receive Learn Korean with BTS, this amazing box, and if that isn't the most fun way to learn a language, then I don't know what is. So check out my unboxing video to see what it exactly entails. However, I haven't actually tried it yet. Actually tried it. So we'll see if it's just a fun way to learn or if it actually works. So I will pick up my Korean because the topik exams are finally available in the Netherlands, and that's just amazing. Just because of COVID we couldn't partake in any topik exams, but finally they are back. I do not think that I will be able to apply for a topik exam this year still, but perhaps 2023 that'll be fine as well, and have this entire year to learn for that exam. Because the first topic exam is already in October and it's also the only one, so I'm not going to push myself and do that in 3 months, 4 months, no. We'll see. I was talking to someone lately about learning languages and I want it to be a fun experience. It's just a hobby to me. I want to be able to speak to many people around the world, learn a lot of different cultures. It's a hobby which I really enjoy, and I want it to be fun along the way. And I'm taking you, of course, with me. But I get a lot of comments saying, oh, why are you doing that? Your progress is so little. And I know, perhaps my progress is very, very little. But still, I don't want to pressure myself into taking many language exams each year, working 4 or 5 hours on my languages. I'm also still a teacher. I have to work. I teach English. I'm still a student as well. I go to university. So learning languages is just something I do in between as a hobby. And I'd love to take you along with me to see what that's like. And if I share some tips that's helpful for you, then great. And if not, then not. That's also fine. Then I really thank you for watching. I still briefly wanted to mention it in this video. The many friends I've made through this channel, through my Instagram, through the comments. I love it. I love talking to you guys. I love responding to your comments. So definitely hit me up if you want to chat. I love talking to you guys, and I definitely do not regret starting this channel, because there actually was one point where I thought, yeah, perhaps you're right. What am I even sharing with you if my progress is not as fast as people would have wanted to? I don't know what I thought, to be honest, but hey, I'm happy with this channel. I'm happy with this community. I'm just going to continue and see where I will end up. In regards to learning Korean, I've been watching so many TV shows and dramas and Korean everywhere, everything Korean. In Spain, I watched Business Proposal, which is such an amazing show. It was so funny. I was just chilling on the balcony in Valencia watching Business Proposal, and I loved it. I finished Startup yesterday evening, and that was honestly such a funny show to watch. If you have any other recommendations, please let me know and I will watch them. Definitely. I've been watching them now with the Google Chrome extension, so I can see the double subtitles to get more used to Hangul as well. And I'm hopefully slowly progressing by remembering more and more sentence structures that they mentioned throughout the entire shows. So lastly, I want to end with the CPE. For my bachelor, I have to surpass the CPE with a C2 level. The CPE is a Cambridge Proficiency exam, which is the highest level of English someone could possibly have. I did it before. I did it last November 2021 and I failed. And how this exam works, that you have 5 parts: use of English, reading, writing, listening and speaking. 5 skills that you will be tested upon. In total you can get 230 points, and if you end up with 200 points then you have passed this exam with a C2 certificate of English. Okay, so I did this exam before last November and I had 191 points, so I had to take it again, and that was already I think 2.5 weeks ago. And honestly, because I now knew exactly what they expected of me, I think it went a lot better than the time before. So I'm hoping that I passed it. If not, then that's fine too, because I get 2 more chances next year as well. Then I will just apply for the resit. But honestly, it's such a horrible long exam and I don't want to take it again. So yeah, I hope that I passed it, fingers crossed. Alright, so this was my video for today. I hope you enjoyed it, giving you guys a little update on how I've been doing and what will be coming up this year. Definitely check out my Spanish travel vlogs on my channel. I really hope that you like them. I put a lot of time and effort into creating them and editing them, but it was so much fun to do anyways. It's such a great way for me to look back upon these trips. So I will definitely make another travel vlog for this trip to France as well. So stay tuned, subscribe to my channel, click on the notification bell so you won't miss a video, and definitely always leave a comment down below. I'd love to read how your language progress is going. And if you're learning any of these languages as well, and perhaps you have any great tips, please do let me know. Alright, I hope you're having a great day. It's 30 degrees out here. In Holland, I mean, it's still possible here. And I hope to see you soon. Alright, bye bye!